Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Matt and today I'm going to be your Yin Yoga teacher for this 60-minute special Yin Yoga class that I've created for you. And for today's class all you're going to need is a bolster. If you have an eye mask, and there's a link in my description where you can get amazing sleeping mask, as well as a blanket, please keep those nearby. We're going to use them at the end of the class. So today's class is about coming home. And by coming home, I don't mean your actual home. I mean coming home deeply inside of you, where you can find that place of peace, quietness, and stillness. So if you ever feel like life is getting out of control, you are anxious, stressed, you will know that you can always get on your Yin Yoga mat and come home. So let's start right away. I'm going to invite you to sit up straight. We're going to be closing our eyes, dropping our shoulder blade down, relaxing our neck, and then we can touch our thumb and index finger together. We're going to place the back of our hands on our knees, sitting cross-legged or just sitting comfortably. And we're going to take some deep breath in and out through the nose. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. Really focusing on calming ourselves, losing the distractions surrounding our environment right now, and losing all the thoughts in regards to today's either stress situations, work, whatever it is. Let's just lose all of that and come deeply inside to that safe place that I call home. Your real home, residing deeply within your being. It's a beautiful place that once you learn to connect often with, you will learn to appreciate very much. For those of you who are not used to coming to that space of quietness and peace, it might feel like it's long. It might be hard to stay into stillness for 5 minutes at a time. But bear with the practice. Stay present with yourself and us together here, and you will learn to appreciate very much what it does for you. So to fully appreciate today's class, you have to lose the notion of time. So forget about timings, forget about anything else that you have to do, forget about even looking at the time. I'll be in charge of that for you. And just deeply relax, close your eyes, and let yourself be guided through this beautiful moment that we're creating for ourselves today. can slowly open our eyes. So now that you are more relaxed already and you are ready to dive into this class, we're going to place the bolster at the top of our mat, but we're going to place it sideways. We're going to be going into supported fish. But the idea today is to land the bolster on our upper back so that we create a curve, which will feel really good for the spine. So let's keep about a 1 foot distance between the bolster and the bottom of our spine here. You can have your legs straight in front of you for now. I'm going to invite you to lower yourself down and then just kind of like find where the bolster lands in the middle of your back. So once you find that spot, you can bring your head all the way down. Your shoulders can hang off the side here, palms towards the ceiling. And then you can bring the sole of your feet together and then open up into butterfly position, which is called supported fish, as it looks right now. So let's close our eyes. You might find it challenging in your spine to start with. We don't really work on spine flexibility that much in our day-to-day lives, so this will be challenging at first. But the more you relax into it, the better it's going to start to feel. So you can have your legs like me right now into an open butterfly, or they can be straight in front of you, depending on how you feel. So just think about the word surrendering. So surrender to the practice here and just focus on your breathing. There is nothing else you need to do. I'm gonna invite you to brace your abdominals. You can push yourself up here. Very slowly coming out of the position. Might take a little moment here to relax. Notice how your upper back feels better right now. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to take the bolster, flip it around, bring it underneath your knees. And from here, we're going to be going into supported bridge. So what we can do here is we place our hands on the ground or just our fist. We're going to lift our hips up and we're going to land them, our glutes on the bolster. So from here, you can lower yourself down very slowly. And then you can extend your legs in front of you. So this is really good for the spine. It feels amazing, so just take up some space here. Let's close our eyes. Reconnecting with our breath. And coming home. Home to our true self. So from here, we're going to slowly bend our knees, bringing them in line with our hips. And then we're going to extend our legs up in the air. So this is called waterfall, or sometimes people just call it legs up on a wall. So you can either move around the bolster and use a wall for support for your legs, like this one, or anything that's around you. Or you can just leave your legs up like I'm doing, fully relaxing here. And this is a great position to bring all the blood that was pulling in your legs all the way down back to your brain, to your heart, getting some fresh oxygen and just making you feel really good. So let's just keep our legs there up in the air, slight bend in the knees so that it's not too challenging. You want to be able to fully relax here. So let's do that together. So we can slowly bend our knees, bringing our feet back down on our mat. And I'm going to invite you to just lift your hips up so that you can move the bolster aside. And from here, it might feel good just to wiggle your legs left or right in a windshield wiper motion. Loosening up the low back here. And from here we can just bring our knees in and then rock ourselves back up to the seated position. So we're going to be doing something different here that I don't think you've done before. We're going to be going into Recline Twist, but instead of doing it from our backs, we're going to be doing it with the bolster. So let's place the bolster behind us in a vertical position. And we're just going to go on our right hip here with our knees together. And then with our hands here for support, we're just going to take one big inhale. Exhale, we're going to turn, go over, face the bolster. So then both knees together here. And then from here, big inhale. Exhale, we're going to be lowering ourselves down. And then we can turn our head here in the opposite direction and just stretch out our arm. So this is Recline Twist, but using the bolster. Kind of an inverted recline twist. So when you're ready, you can place the hands on the floor, pushing yourself up so that your body weight goes back on the right hip. And then we can untwist out of the position, and that feels wonderful. So I'm gonna be just moving my bolster so I can show you how to do this from another angle. So this time we're gonna be going on our left hip at the base of the bolster. Our knees are gonna come together, and then here with our hands placed on both sides of the bolster if you want. We're just gonna take one big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna twist the center of our core facing the bolster. Big inhale here. Exhale, lowering ourselves down, and you wanna make sure that the bolster lands right in the middle of your torso. And then you can look left and extend your arms to both sides. So you're doing the exact same thing that you would be doing if you were lying down on the floor. But this is a great way to fully relax into a recline twist. And if you find it too intense, then your head can turn around to look to the right. But looking out to the left, like I'm doing right now, will deepen the sensations you're experiencing in your spine and in the twist itself. And if you find it too hard with your arms extended, you can bring them in for support and just kind of hug the bolster like I'm doing now. So you have different ways of doing this, and it depends on how you feel today. And we can slowly place our hands on the floor, pushing ourselves back up, placing all our weight on that right hip, and then untwisting out of the position very slowly. You don't want to be doing anything too fast. And I'm going to invite you to turn onto your knees here. We're going to be going into wide knee child's pose. So we're going to be bringing our knees as wide as we can, touching our big toes together behind our glutes. We're going to sit down on our heels. There we go. So from here, placing the bolster in front of us, we can place our hands on our knees. We're going to close our eyes. We're just going to take a few deep breaths here. So with every exhale, you will imagine stress, anxiety, worries leaving your body. So big inhale. Exhale, releasing all of that. Big inhale again. Exhale, let's release and let go of that again. So we are basically cleaning out our house, our internal body, mind, and soul, making space for peace, quietness, stillness, and improving our well-being. So one more time, big inhale. And this time on the exhale, we're going to be walking our hands forward, lowering ourselves down on the bolster, and then hugging it as we fully allow our body weight to rest completely into stillness. And we can slowly push through our hands, walk them back as we raise our upper torso, and then we can close our knees here. So what a wonderful class so far. It feels truly amazing, not just for yourself, but for me as well. That was much needed. So we're going to be turning, facing the bolster now on our knees. The bolster is going to be placed in front of us. And from here, we're going to bring the left knee behind the left wrist, extending the right leg behind, untucking our toes here. And then you can use the right hand to bring that left shin forward towards the front of your mat. So from here, we're just going to sink our hips forward and down. We're just taking a moment here to allow our body to settle into the position. And from here, we're going to take one big inhale again. Exhale, walking our hands and lowering ourselves down onto the bolster into Pigeon Pose. So just allowing gravity to open up that left glute. We have a lot of tension and emotions and energy that gets stuck and trapped in our glutes. So this is an amazing way to release all of that and to feel really good. So let's close our eyes if they're not closed already. Let's reconnect with our breath and just enjoying coming home to our authentic self. And it's in those specific moments when you take care of yourselves like we're doing today that you realize how good it feels to tune off from the world as we know it and to dive inward into that safe place. A safe place you can return to anytime you want. So don't forget that. And always know that your real home is within yourself. And we can push ourselves back up. Taking a little moment here to sink our hips forward. And then moving our hips back, creating some space to bring that left leg back in line with the right knee. So here it might feel good to just move your hips around and circle from left to right, right to left. Doing what feels good here. And from all fours here, we're just going to go quickly into cat and cow. So we're going to take one big inhale, dropping the belly button down, curving the spine, looking up. Exhale, bring the belly button in, chin to chest, rounding the spine. Inhale, looking up, curving the spine. Exhale, drawing the belly button in, rounding the spine, pushing through the shoulder blades. 3 more on your own time. And then coming back to a neutral spine. So from here, we're going to bring the right knee behind the right wrist, extending the left leg back, using the left hand to bring that right shin forward. Just taking a moment here to settle into this position. And when you're ready, big inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Bring your torso to the bolster and then fully relax, hugging it, putting all your body weight on that right glute and just allowing it to open up. And we can slowly get out of the position, walking our hands back, sinking our hips forward and down here. A big inhale. Exhale, moving our hips back, releasing that right leg. And just moving the bolster aside here. So from here, we're going to be going into Savasana. And I'm going to invite you to grab a blanket. And if you have a eye mask, just take it. This one is from Sleep Monkey. They make amazing sleeping mask. Me and Jody have been using that for 3 years now, and we're totally in love with it. If you want one, just go to sleepmonkey.ca. So from here, we're going to place the bolster underneath our knees, and we're going to be lowering ourselves down into Savasana. So just using the blanket for comfort. I'm going to be putting an eye mask on here, a sleeping mask. And we're going to take some space on our mat. Back of our hands on the floor, legs spread apart, and we're just going to allow ourselves to completely let go of any control we are placing on our bodies right now. So after over 2 years of teaching, Savasana has become one of my favorite Yin Yoga position. And you have to truly learn to appreciate stillness to understand just how powerful this position is. Most people tend to want to skip it at the end of a class thinking it's boring or it serves no purpose. But this is the best place to be, to fully reset your body, allow energy to flow properly before we get out of this and conclude today's class together. So let's appreciate these last bits of silence. I'm gonna stop talking now and allow you to come home to your true self. And you guys can stay in Savasana if you want. I'm just gonna slowly make my way out of this. Coming up to the seated position. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. Just understand that Yin Yoga is sort of like a special bubble, a special shield that really tunes you off from the busyness, craziness of life and allows you that space, that quietness, that stillness to heal, to resolve past issues, traumas, lower your stress. It's truly amazing. And just understand that anytime that you don't feel good, you can go back to your yoga mat and you can practice Yin. So I hope you enjoyed coming home with me today. It was my pleasure to be your teacher. Please subscribe to my channel. A lot of you don't hit the bell button, so make sure you hit that bell button so you get the notifications of my new classes. And if you want to support me, you can donate to my PayPal account, which is always appreciated for the work I put in for you guys. So hands at the heart, sitting up straight, big inhale, and exhale. Namaste, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.